coming at you with a massive attack. I'll leave you flat on your back, smack you with my mind intact. No bones will pop, snap and crackle. This is a blitzkrieg, son. Sit down, I already won. Punishment has to begun. Just let me reload my gun. Loved ones, it's time to get off my pitch. Here I can help you with this. My shadow friend got a shiv, and he likes when you resist. Time to be quiet, don't snitch. I love the thrill of the risk. All day I spin like a disc. You know it deep in your soul. It's in your blood to roll. Bet every dollar you own. It's in your blood to roll. Man, this boy's out of control. It's in your blood to roll. You got some dice to roll. It's in your blood to roll. You know it deep in your soul. It's in your blood to roll. Bet every dollar you own. It's in your blood to roll. Man, this boy's out of control. It's in your blood to roll. You got some dice to roll. It's in your blood to roll. It's in your blood to roll. It's in your blood to roll.
Hello everyone, it's time for some hot and sexy Dead on Dead action. Hello everyone, yes it is, excellent. So tonight we have the Divinter Devils of Sebstar versus Imploding the Mirage, Fiction's Khemri team. So Necro versus Khemri, it's not a dead mirror, which is nice. Should be starting imminently. We will take a quick look at the teams while we have a second. Let's just pull them up. So, apologies for the slightly recursive thing going on there. So we have the Divinter Devils of Sebstar, who have some very strange gameplay stats here. There's probably an explanation for why this happens, but the legendary team, minus 637 touchdowns apparently. But yeah, as you can see, pretty decent looking Necro team, sitting pretty at 1650. If anyone is out there, do say hi. I've just realised I haven't actually posted any links, so that probably would have been a smart thing to do. Let us take care of that now. Excellent, I'm glad you can hear me. I'm going to go and sit in a game stream room, just in case someone does want to join me on commentary. And let's just pop the stream announcements up. I hate spelling this. Devils versus Imploding the Mirage. Alright. And let's just pop it on here as well. Playoff Smelly Dead versus Egyptian Dead. Okay. Yes, so as I was saying, we are looking at the teams. Let's just do another quick search just in case it's started. Oh, it has. Let's get in. So we're not going to look at the teams. We are just going to get straight into the action. Straight into that there action. So here we go. We'll have to take a look as we go. Alright, so let's see what the inducements are. There is a bribe for the Khemri team. That is what I am seeing. I'm assuming that, judging by the defensive setup, Khemri won the toss, or Khemri at least decided to go first, but we'll see. I think for me this game is going to come down to, how well these Tomb Guardians can boss the midfield and how resilient they can be against some very nasty looking potential werewolf hits. You've got a strength 4 werewolf here, so only really needs a couple of assists and can take out a Tomb Guardian pretty reliably. I wonder if we will see the Dirty Player Zombie do anything particularly spicy. Camouflage the Skeleton is off the field, so not opting for Dirty Player to start with, which is interesting. I would have thought you'd bring him on for purposes. I suppose you're keeping one in reserve. You only really need the one Dirty Player Skeleton to start with, who will presumably be putting that bribe to good work. So yeah, should be a good game this, I hope. Not a mirror match, which is always a plus. I'm going for some serious attacking action here. Starting with both throw Ras on the field as well. Or run Ras. Ooh, that's a very shallow kick. Now, depending on where the scatter happens here, that could be advantageous for... Oh, it's a high kick. That is not ideal for the Necros, but we will see what happens there. There is a degree of isolation involved here. Catches it, of course. Runs it back behind the line. Sanest thing to do. Quite possibly your audio. It could just be that I am turning slowly into a snake. Who knows? Yeah. So yeah, kick-off events there very heavily favouring the Khemri. That is a 3-die on Seb, who stays dead but not completely gone. Oh, yeah, sorry Aldar, let me get rid of those. Oh, that is a KO straight away. There we go. I always forget about that. Well spotted, Aldar, and welcome. This is why we have. This is why we have audience participation via the chat, so they can tell me things like that. Okay, so we're seeing the Tomb Guardian Blitz. Yeah, someone's definitely getting boned tonight. You're not wrong. Alright, so scoots back to relative safety. That TG did not have block, so therefore had to settle for the push. But Collage, the skeleton, takes care of it. In emphatic style with a stun. Alright, listen to the Surge has been stunned. So you don't have to listen to Surge anymore, apparently. I don't make the rules. I'm just here to report on them. Alright, so Khemri pulling himself to the middle of the pitch. Interesting, we're going for a blitz from Yalma the Horrible, the Flash Golem, who is unsuccessful. I suspect we're going to see a fairly defensive containment attempt on this turn. Just kind of tightening things up at the back. This could be a very quick turn. I wonder if we're going to see the zombie stand up. I would have thought so, because otherwise there's a free hit on the golem. Nope, we are not. Here come the Guardians, not of the Galaxy, more of the Throw-Ra. That is a big whack on Cypherla, but no armor break. Alright, so locking the Flash Golem into place. This is the slow creep of the Khemri team. We should see very little forward movement per turn. Here we go. Here comes the foul, which succeeds in knocking out the opponent, but is going to cost the bribe, which succeeds. Naturally, when you take a bribe, 50% of the time, the first attempt at a foul results in you having to use the bribe. Alright. Depending on when this game finishes, I may be able to pass you on to Unseen Walker if you want a bit more of a Blood Bowl fix. I do know that he is casting a game at in a couple of hours' time. In fact, I think yes, yeah, in about 2 hours' time, I think. All right, armor break, just a stun, fortunately for Fiction. The killer is stunned. He does have a number of other killers though, so they're just slightly differently formatted names. 4 killers in fact, which makes the choice of the slightly odd, as it suggests that, that they are uniquely the killer, and yet they are not. Maybe they're clones, cloned mummies. Alright, so far fairly bloodless. We have had a couple of knockouts, but only to zombies. Those wolves not really coming into play with their nasty claws yet. And I'm not so sure that Fiction is going to be able to cross the halfway line here. Golem stands firm, as you'd expect. Ooh, first obstacles of the game. Might be able to force a channel through here, especially with that pretty brutal KO. Just on the slightly underdeveloped white though. So there is that, at least. I'm not sure why my view was switched around. That was very strange. It claimed it hadn't as well. Just to get us closer to the action, I guess. Yeah, so there's not a massive amount to report on in terms of tactics here, because this is basically just them kind of taking whatever punches they can get in an effort to kind of force the other team's numbers down a bit. Obviously the Khemri have come off much better in the exchange so far. We'll see if that continues. That's another arm break. That is a stun. Yeah. Decay not coming into play as yet either. So those lurking werewolves are now a little bit more exposed than they were before. Commits the other thrower over to the side and just shores things up at the back with the wrestle skeleton. We can actually zoom in a bit because we're not having to cover quite so much of the pitch, given that everything is happening very much in the centre channel. And that's about it for that turn as well. This game should be relatively quick if this is any indication. So the problem here for Fiction is that as long as those werewolves are still alive, he can't really send players off to try and get towards where the end zone is, without running the risk of them nipping in and like dogs with bones, taking that ball off of him. Alright. Wolf gets a stun. Just stuns everywhere here. Here comes the ghoul to provide a secondary assist for the 2-die, which succeeds. And very nice use of grab there to kind of shift the Tomb Guardian out of the way somewhat. Starting to look a bit hairy on that right hand side for Fiction. The white gets the cheeky hit in. Oh, second double skulls of the game comes out. Now, do you re-roll this? You do. Okay. So the question then becomes: now you've shoved the Tomb Guardians back into the pack there. I wonder if he'll bring the... yeah, that's what I thought he would do. Brings the werewolf over to put tackle on the ball. Somewhat problematic, but not that problematic. You've got that Blitzra sitting there. Admittedly, the lack of tackle there could become a problem, but in theory you could get caution out as well. Oh, another set of dub skulls. This is a very dub skull heavy game so far. We may see the Tomb Guardian cross over to take the hit, so that you can use these players to try and protect things a bit better. But there may be a reluctance to put Tomb Guardians in contact with clawy woof boys, which is an understandable one. He's pondering. Alright. Gets the power on the other white. Which does mean he doesn't have tackle for the wolf now, unfortunately. So I think we may see a Blitzra hit on that wolf, and then an attempt to kind of escape the ball out onto the left-hand side. Seems like the sensible option. Or he's just going to blitz off. That one works as well. You can, in fact, shove the wolf through now. Very nicely done. And then I would have thought he will run off to our left here, his left. Yep. That carefully placed Tomb Guardian, making it difficult for the wolf to run back and cover the flank adequately. Difficult, but not impossible. I think he'd probably bring the Blitzer across as well. Alright, so the obvious thing here is that the wolf is in fact unoccupied and can get through, but he is going to pull them back. There we go, claw hit on the Tomb Guardian, stuns him. Just can't catch a break in terms of those injury dice so far, but that is a stunned Tomb Guardian, so not to be sniffed at. I think he probably runs him back across to the left, perhaps. Yep, sits him on top of the Blitzra, so he can take the zombie hit at him. Perils of Khemri and their sloth. Yep, that was pretty much what I expected him to do. Goal comes through for the assist. So we are going to see a nice fleshy hit, which succeeds. No armor break. The zombie hit goes off. Looking increasingly difficult for the Khemri team to get through here now. The white goes down. He's pondering. White stands firm. So I think we'll see a Tomb Guardian hit on the... Just tucks him in again. Moving forward has become a much worse option than it was previously at the moment. I think with the Tomb Guardians down on this side, they're effectively taken out of the game in terms of affecting what's happening on the ball. So that kind of isolation strategy has been quite good in that respect. Realistically speaking as well, this flesh golem is out of it, but the ghoul isn't. Okay, so this is turning into more defensive posturing. The ghoul isn't out of it. So there is a possibility that if some sort of hit can manifest on the ball, that ghoul can nip off and swipe it. Takes the one die, and then leaves it at that. Which is interesting. I would have thought he might have been tempted by the 2 die here. He did indeed opt for it. Alright. Something going on with my game here. Okay, so yeah, we are seeing the hit go in. Shifts him out of the way. That Tomb Guardian's going to go up next turn. Still not getting any luck with those armor breaks. And the Blitzerar takes a bit of a smack. Just a stun again. Just stuns across the board. Stuns across the board. So yeah, it's looking increasingly difficult for the Khemri team here. Sends the zombie off to expendably stand against the Tomb Guardian. This has kind of just turned into a big soupy punch-up. There may have to be a potato attempt at some point. Fails the dodge and knocks himself out. Ghoulzilla is out of there. The mighty Ghoulzilla. Bobbed when he should have weaved. Which is going to mean a Flesh Golem hit on Flesh Golem getting hit by a Tomb Guardian, I think. There we go. Goes for the blitz off the floor. Which succeeds. So I think we're probably going to see an attempt to move into this area here. Runs around to provide the assist on the werewolf. the right piece to have sitting on that wolf. And there we go, there is the potato attempt. I would have stood up the dirty player zombie by now. He may not, or just roll it, I guess. You can bring the dirty player zombie round now. That makes sense. Close off the channel a little. That's the other flesh column taking a whack as well, but no armor break. Do you bring the other Tomb Guardian up so you can get hit on the werewolf? You do, I think. Nope. Just gonna stand there. Ah, very nice. White will stand firm. Or wrestle. Take the wrestle, I suppose. It does drop him. So, at this point, it's looking increasingly likely that there's going to be a Khemri score. I mean, it is not unfeasible to bring Richard Metal Ravager off to get the hit in. Here comes the zombie. I think you probably have to blitz through and just bring it around the back. You do have a zombie assist here for some help in that regard. Of course, the negative aspects of this being that there we go. That is what I thought we were going to see happen. That is an injury to courage. So finally, the armor breaks. It is a regen injury though, so he will be back. So I think, yeah, we're going to see Richard Metal Ravager come round and base up the ball. Yep. Slightly thornier for the Khemri team in that Richard Metal Ravager's strength up means that at the moment it looks like he's going to have a 1 die against him. Frenzy does its thing. Okay. Makes the big hit. Sebnose is stunned. And yeah, this is about all he can do at the moment. The problem is there is a sidestep on that wolf, so if he doesn't drop the wolf, then that wolf is just going to stick to him like glue and mean that he will have to attempt to dodge if he wants to get away from him. Which I suspect he won't, because it's going to be a double GFI, but you never know. Flash Golem weathers the hit. Alright, he's actually going to blitz off here. Had to burn the reroll because of the lack of block. That is a stun. That's a very good stun to get as well. So I think we're going to see a hit on the werewolf, but not a blitz off of him, in the hopes that you can get the score in next turn. Basically all down to Richard Metal Ravager here. Let's see where this mummy is going to go. I think probably here. Yep. So you can then punch off of here. That does the trick. So he's going to sidestep. Well, sidestep. where do you sidestep here? Do you sidestep in the hopes that you can then kind of control it next turn? But as I said, no, he's going to sidestep him round, keep him away from the mummy. So we're probably going to see a dodge off and then an attempt to getting a hit in. Because even if it's just... so I think we're going to see a dodge off here, bring round, hit for the 2 die. Because if he can take the ball out on this next turn, that's going to be a real struggle for Seb to score with. Nowhere really you can dodge off with Yang 3 either. Steps off, does not succeed. Reroll is gone. So yeah, this basically comes down to a dodge here, I think. He'll take the obvious easy hits first in the hopes of whittling down some numbers. Does have the reroll for this. That is an injury to caution. Hello, Luke. Welcome to the stream. That is another injury. That is another regen injury, so he will be back. They just won't stay down. It's been an interesting game so far. Not particularly dramatic as yet. I wonder if we'll go for the surf attempt. I probably wouldn't. I would probably just... Yep, there we go. Dodges out. Dodges in. Gets him on the reroll. That is probably a 0-0 half. Especially with that stun. Magnet Hands does not work, which is a rarity for playoffs. I think you probably take the surf attempt just for the hell of it now. He may opt not to. Unfortunately, Richard Ravager is in some sort of trouble. Not much. Bouncy bouncy. Yeah, here we go. Surf attempt. Gets the surf. But yet again, Khemri and armor holds. And when it doesn't, their regen works. As you can see, they've had a few removals. Knockouts, all very one-sided at this point. Alright, so I don't know what you do here really. I mean, you can't score. So I think you just punch things. In fairness though, Fiction may not be able to score, but Sebstar can't score either. These flash columns are proving to be very tough today. Flash golems? Golems. I say golems. Probably because I'm British and we mispronounce everything. I blame the Lord of the Rings for that one. Be a bit creepy if they were like big fleshy Smeagol's. Precious ball. Alright, so he's going to go for the foul. Makes sense. Just a stun though. No send off though, so there's that at least. Does get a hit over here. Yeah, frustrating turn there, I think. Steps off. Gets clobbered. My precious indeed. My precious. My precious ball. Alright, so you've got one turn left. What do you do with it? I think you probably step in here. Step in here. I suppose it is a GFI. Stand up, step in here, take the claw hit on the Tomb Guardian. You can in fact run around for another assist, or you can even take the hit with Rigid Metal Ravager just for the added impact. And we all know that run-ups always do good. Alright, he's not going for that. He is going to hit the skeleton. Which is another KO to add to the pile, but the first one that the Khemri have had inflicted upon them. I mean, realistically he's going to be hoping for at least 2 of these guys to come back, perhaps all 3. Perhaps 3 would be a more preferable situation. Both of them do have 2 reserves, however, given the lack of permanent damage done, the entire Imploding team will be back for the next half. I agree, he should have hit the Tomb Guardian. The Tomb Guardian was the better target, but is what it is. Opted not to. Gets 3 of them back, so that's good, and it's 2 of the 2 players that he really wanted to get back. So we are going to switch the view, of course. Both teams weathering the storm in this first half, actually. You know, surprisingly intact, considering all that mighty blow and the claws hanging about. So again, I think this one comes down to how resilient those Tomb Guardians can be and how well they can dominate the midfield. If they can maintain the shape of the team without getting kind of sidetracked off too much or pushed out of the run of play, then there is every chance that this could end up as a 0-0 draw going into extra time. The Necro team is certainly more rapid than the Khemri though, so, or at least some of them are. Could prove tough, especially given that there is only the 1 tackle player on the Khemri team, and you've got 2 Blodge Wolves, as well as the Blodging Ghoulzilla. So yeah, I think for my money, I would be betting on the Necro team here. But we all know how Blood Bowl works, and there's no guarantee that any plan will survive contact with the enemy. To use military parlance. All right. It's been a cagey affair so far. I think both teams were kind of playing for removals a little bit and just not getting what they needed. Although, specifically speaking, Ficction was much more successful in that respect. It's just that they all got back up again. So, hard for players to stay dead when they're already dead, I guess. They're just moving around. So they're dead, but not dead. Alright, chaining weather, nice. It's a good kick. It was a good kick. Stun. Fairly unimportant one, given how far away the ball is. Looks like we may see a foul here. Either that or he's just going to scream at the zombies to give himself as much room as possible. Flips over the Skelly. Camouflage is stunned. Giving himself as much room as possible to work in, compressing the defence backwards. We are going to see a Franken Blitz. Got him. Advantages of having block when your opponent doesn't. Ghoul grabs the ball. Didn't even need sure hands. Easy. Alright, let's see how Fiction reacts. I think the temptation here would be to try and rescue this Tomb Guardian, but that might be a mistake because it's going to pull your team out of shape towards this side. That is a KO on typo. That rhymes. Did typo stay on the film? Negative. It was an awful joke. Awful joke, and I feel thoroughly ashamed of myself. Alright, so... I will of course be uploading this video to YouTube after this game, so it will be going down in the permanent record of the REBBL playoffs. Yes, it is, and I'm still using the old one because I'm a derp and I haven't changed it. You are correct. However, the number is accurate, so complain not. We're on 378 sign-ups, so we've got another 20 since last night, which is nice. Hopefully we get a lot of new blood, excited about the prospect of Blood Bowl 3 coming out. We will see. Let's see how the Devils respond to this. Fleshy walks away. Here comes the Blitz. That is Collage the Skeleton, who is injured. Let's see if this one sticks. Can't get lucky every time, can he? It fails, so he is off the field. Finally the Wolves managed to actually remove something permanently. That is the first player in the injury box for either team, and we're on turn 10. When you got two bash teams, that's somewhat surprising. But then I suppose they are known for their ability to take lots of hits and keep ticking. Or not ticking, because they're dead. Stand Firm does its thing. Again, Khemri armor proving too strong for the Necro team. I don't know if you bother bringing the ghoul forward. Don't really need to for another couple of turns. This is looking less beneficial for the Necro team, unfortunately. So it does bring the ghoul forward. Pretty safe there, I would say. There is a possibility of a hit on him. You take the hit over here, take the hit here, run him round for a one die, but seems kind of pointless. As it would be unlikely to succeed and cause some issues. Alright, freeze the Team Guardian up, who now steps in to provide an assist. wonder if you blitz off the floor here. Rolls the white back through. That's probably better for Sebstar than it is for Fiction. Although he's just opted to stand firm. I would have been tempted not to there. Ooh, that was brave. I think he was contemplating the reroll there for a second. Let's see where he sidesteps to. Alright, so here come the two Guardian hits. Now, in theory, this is looking pretty good for the Necro team. In practice, because this Khemri team simply refused to go down and stay down, it's looking like it could just be a big punch up in the middle of the field for a little while. You've still got this loitering thrower who's just waiting for a snack-sized ghoul to come running around the back. But might be waiting a while at this rate. Oh, Double Skulls comes out again. Now the question becomes, who do you shove and where? Makes sense. Still no damage. Just that one dead boy going off the field due to claw influence. Not sure how that one helps, but I guess you bring the fleshy round for the blitz. I think I would have blitzed from the side if I could there. Alright. Might see a hit here on the killer with a big capital L. Yeah, we do. But it is just the classic bounce. Bounce. Could also see a hit from the wolf. The problem there is the frenzy. Gets the push. I think you frenzy through here. Yep, sideways. Oh, skull. Brutal. Downside of frenzy, you don't get a choice about rolling that dice or not. Now we are seeing the possibility of a hole being driven into the Necro lines here. I'm going to hit over here. I'm going to hit here. I'm going to hit here. Two Guardians moving in. That is a KO to listen to Surge. So again, you can stop listening to Surge. I repeat, stop listening to Surge. Blodge step, doing work here, doing some serious work. Oodles the mighty pushes going on. Stands firm. Yeah, so the opportunity to drive a hole through the Necro team seems to have evaporated here. flips over the golem. Michel Bubble Kid, rather. Mikel, I'm not sure. Again, ignorant Englishman. Foreign pronunciation is not a thing that I'm good with. Gets the cheeky hit over here on the white, though. Does free up a couple of players. There's no particularly good blitzing target here, though. I mean, maybe you blitz the zombie over here. No, it's going to go for the flesh golem. That also makes sense. Doesn't flip this one over though, so he'll be back on his feet. Could foul him though. Do have a nice set of assists. There's also a nice foul on Edwin Whalen III here, which also has a couple of assists. So it comes a question of who do you see as the better target and whether you want to take the risk or not. Doesn't look like he's going to. Unless he's just going to open the hole. I might be trying to sneak him around the back. Okay, here comes the foul. Open that pit up. And he got him. That is a KO. The one thing truly guaranteed to get a Necro player off the pitch. So I think with the team slowly dwindling in terms of players active, I think we're going to have to see something come out of the Necro playbook pretty soon, because those 4 knockouts are starting to look like they could turn into a bit of a snowball. Alright, we're going to see a hit on a Team Guardian, which succeeds. Stands firm. Hello Gimlick, welcome. So it's been a rather bloodless game. Lots of knockouts, particularly to the Necro team, and both teams. Khemri Drive struggled to get through, and ultimately failed owing to some heroic wolf action. And it's looking increasingly like we're probably going to see a 0-0 going into half time. Ghoul is going to make the pass attempt. Yeah, it looks like you stole all the blood then, Gimlick. Alright, so yeah, strength for Wolf may attempt a potato past caution. I mean, but yeah, it's looking a bit tough for the Necro. They do have the speed advantage, and that Blodge Step Wolf is pretty ridiculous, really. Richard Metal Ravager. Alright, so I think we're going to see this Tomb Guardian potentially move in on Bjorgrim the Grimmer. Yeah, the Necro team are looking very thin. Khemri finding it rather easy to cover all their bases at the moment. Yeah, here we go. And here comes the Blitz, which succeeds. And is a stun. Good place to get a stun, that. Helmer the Horrible goes down, but stays alive. I think he's probably getting fouled. You got a nice spicy dirty player zombie here, a dirty player skeleton here. So you may just opt to drop the hammer on Helmer. Yep, here we go. When you got that player advantage, there's no reason not to. And it does indeed succeed, but only results in a stun. Inducements were merely a bribe, and the bribe was spent immediately. Hello, Bazik. Nice to see you. It is always fun to see Khemri doing well. You don't see Khemri all that often, especially when you're talking about playoffs and things. So I think, as a neutral here, I'm kind of biased towards Fiction's Egyptian Dead Boys a little bit. So I think we are going to see some sort of potato attempt here. Some risky business there, because that is not the greatest of positions to be in. There is a potential for surfage. There is a... well, actually, to be fair, he does have sidestep. So... oh, he went for it. Did not snake it. I don't know about this one. Here comes the ghoul. Very nice. Very spicy. See side cage here. This zombie is going to come round and sit over here somewhere to try and prevent that thrower from getting in for the red die. Might just have pulled this one off. Yep. I think that's about all he can do. Goes for the red dice. It's pretty brave. Just bounces off of each other. This is the woof run. Fails the dodge. Nobody has actually succeeded to dodge today, I don't think. Even the... oh no, wait, the ghoul just did. I was going to say, even the Ghoulzilla, in fact, did fail a dodge in the first half. Snaked it. Or didn't snake it, but just failed it. Alright, so I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a hit on the zombie here. Yep, just to make things as difficult as possible. Which succeeds. So we may see a blitz through here. And then a dodge off. I mean, if the Necro team score at this stage, I think that's probably, barring some very wacky shenanigans, we're not going to see a return score from the Khemri team. Yeah, you're just kind of flooding the bodies in here to try and make it eminently difficult. The issue, of course, being if the first frenzy attempt doesn't knock him down, well, in fact, you don't really want to. You want to get a push here. So you can push through, away from the Tomb Guardian, and then just pray the dodge works off of the tackle thrower. Closing that channel off, but falls over. Do you burn the reroll for it? I think you do. Snakes it. Okay, so that makes things more difficult, because even with him down here, that prevents moving into that square. So I think legitimately there is really only one course of action, and that is to try and blitz through here and then hope you can make the dodge. Here comes the white. It'll be all white on the night. Anything else is just going to be singularly unpleasant. Here comes the blitz. Gets him down. So now he's got to run across the front of this Tomb Guardian. So you got dodge and then a dodge off. Or you don't. I suppose you can do that. You are in rather dire straits here. Dodge fails. Fortunately, that is a blodge-stepping wolf. There is no way of surfing it, unfortunately, so we're not going to see anything along those lines. But you can get a hit here. The rest of the players are kind of out of it a little bit, although you can bring up this Blitzra. Excuse me, this Blitzra for an assist. Surfs the zombie, who remains dead, but not any deader than he was before. White goes down, that is a stun, that makes things even more difficult. You can now bring in the Tomb Guardian. This is looking increasingly dicey. Ho ho ho, I'm very funny. But again, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Stands firm, he stays alive. I guess you chuck tackle onto the wolf in the hopes that it makes things worse. They can't get much better really, can they? Other fleshy goes down on the other side. White goes down over here. So yeah, I'm thinking extra time for this one, boys and girls and everyone else. We are an inclusive channel here. Alright. So yeah, essentially here, what are your options? I mean, you can try and surf the Tomb Guardian with the red dice with Ghoulzilla. But if you do that, you can't blitz through. I think maybe you just try for the Frenzy. Just hope it works. Frenzy through, if you can get a push, then maybe you can get another push, but it's red die all the way, and you've got no rerolls for it. I think, realistically speaking, if we're looking at extra time, you have to say it favours Ficction at the moment. He's got more of a team. The ghoul dodges out. That's something at least. So what do you do with him? You try and bring him round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's gonna go for the Tomb Guardian, I think. Gets the red die, which means he frenzies through. Could still get away with this. He's gonna have to run back across the middle of the pitch, I think. Yeah, going for the almighty potato. In Blodge Step we trust. He is almost certainly going to get hit by the Rackle throw ra over here though. And you've got ample opportunity for assists. Blitzra goes down to create a scoring threat. So here we go, got 2 die, with wrestle and with tackle, on a blodge stepper. Does it work? It does! I mean, you can sidestep, but all your options are pretty bad there. I think you probably, yeah, go up, just on the off chance that something goes wrong here. But it magnet hands. Magnet hands to the random Blitzra. That's not great, is it? I think Fiction is probably not particularly happy about that one either. A pure magnet hands action. You love to see it. Catches it on a 6. Magnet hands, that skeleton has the magnet hands. Oh, I missed that. What was happening? Okay, yeah, so the white just got punched. I was too busy singing. Do have a scoring thread down here, but you are looking at AV2, so at agility 2. So this could end up being a bit of a messy one. We may just see a red dice attempt. Alright, so punch goes in on the flash column. Who stays alive? So I think we're going to see some very critical KO rolls coming up in a minute. Yeah. I would say you foul. Gets away with the dodge. That probably gives you your best possible chance of getting this ball down to the Blitzra at the bottom here. I suppose you just move your white in to somewhere where you can intercept from. And the ghoul. It's the only player that can score, so it's probably worth running the ghoul down and taking the GFIs, but at the same point, you don't have any rerolls. So maybe just chuck it down here somewhere where they can intercept. Stand everything up and just pray that Khemri ball handling skills don't prove to be somewhat understated. I suppose the problem with that is that this, well, no, he can't really move anywhere to get involved, so yeah, you chuck him down and just try and block it off so that you've got the best possible chance of intercepting. There's a singular zombie here, but there's not a great deal that you can do apart from just operate as a bit of a obstacle. Okay, here comes the blitz. That kind of makes sense, I guess. Gets the stun. I'm not sure how that massively helps. It does cause a bit of a obstruction here, I suppose, but I think you're probably just stepping back one here, just to kind of block the channel off a little bit. But yeah, we may see epic Khemri passing play here. I'd probably go for it, were I Fiction, simply for the memes. There's a foul. Runs that werewolf off the field. Werewolf is stunned again, so he will be available for extra time, should extra time, as seems likely, happen. He's going to go and take a punt on the ghoul. Gets the ghoul down. Let's see if the ghoul is going to stay down. He is not. He is stunned. But that does give him the channel to run into to attempt the pass, which you just got to go for, I guess. You got to pray. Pray the dice gods favour you. So it's going to be a tall order, let's just say that. You've got to bring it to here and then lob it. White will get an intercept attempt, regardless of where you go to. It's another stun. Can't really thin those ranks out, can he? So yeah, ultimately I suppose you bring it to here and throw it. Here he comes! Let's see whether the dice favour it. I don't think you burn the reroll for this. Oh, he is going to burn the reroll for it. I suppose he's got one more for extra time. No. It's a 1. We are going to extra time. Okay, the wolf comes back. That's something. And the Scally Boy comes back as well. Let's see who gets the toss. It is a crucial toss. Okay, so Necro get the toss. And they do have their fast players left. I've had to empty their bench, but both teams still in pretty decent health, really. No positionals out. I mean, who'd have thought we'd get to turn 17 and there'd be a sub-bench on one team still? I hope you're in. I hope you're sitting comfortably and have a lovely beverage on the go. It's been a fun game so far. A fun game. It's been an interesting one. Very nuffly. Nufflicious, if you will. Refreshing my beverage. If you are new to my channel, do feel free to hit the subscribe, the follow button. Always welcome. I will be commentating on a few more games this playoff season. I also play in another league, so I will be playing in a couple of games as well. So you'll get to see me play humans really badly in a very bash-heavy league. Always fun. Always fun. And as I have previously mentioned as well, I will be streaming Necromunda Hired Gun on day of release, as I have pre-ordered it like a fool. And if you are new to Blood Bowl 2 or are interested in playing it and you want to join the best league in the world, you can join REBBL. We would be very happy to have you. You can find REBBL on Discord and on Reddit. Reddit is probably the easiest place to find it. It is, and as you can see, rebel.net/signup. If you're new-ish to Blood Bowl 2, you can sign up for the College League in REBBL, the REBBL Rookie League. And you can even ask for a mentor, and if you're really unlucky, you might even get me as a mentor. Wouldn't you like that? Amusingly, the one person I've mentored has done considerably better than me in league terms. So, do as I say and not as I do, apparently, is the name of the game there. Okay, double frenzy push. Shoves the wolf through. Makes him a rather juicy target. It's a really easy game, just click and pray, says Gimlick, and Gimlick is completely right there. You might as well just pray. I highly recommend sacrificing small animals to Nuffle as well, but again, my win-loss record would suggest that it's not very effective. Okay, so... we will see the ghoul pickup attempt at some point, I'm sure. Big old 3 dice. Shoves those bad boys through, clears some space. We haven't seen a blitz yet, have we? So, be interesting to see where that goes in. I wonder if you'll see a wolf blitz on the Tomb Guardian on this side. I think we're going to. Another zombie loops around the side. Apologies if you can hear that in the background. My noise cancellation might not have caught it. But yeah, it looks like we're going to see a wolf blitz, presumably from the side, judging by the setup. Brings the white over for additional cover, and it's just got to hope that that ghoul picks up. Alright, he got him. Does not break armour though. Those Tomb Guardians have been extremely resilient so far. I think you want to bring the wolf back. Yeah, there you go. And then you run this ghoul up into here. Didn't even need the sure hands this time either. Ghoul's been very well behaved. So if you're Fiction now, you're probably looking at this and going, how do I stop him from getting that werewolf forward? So I think you loop your Blitzra over the top here, potentially with the Blitz. Seb has definitely committed to this side at this point. He could conceivably run back across, but I'm not 100% sure that he will. Donks the zombie, runs into the gap. Another Tomb Guardian here, but I'm not sure whether you commit him, because that could cause a collapse over on this side. He may well just elf column. Alright, so he is in fact going to commit him. Just make a wall of dead spam. Dead spam. Which is the best kind of spam, because alive spam would be terrifying. Just waggling about there. I mean, I don't suppose you'd be able to tell, really, would you, if spam was alive or dead? Just like a wobbly pink brick either way. Why am I talking about spam? I don't know. I just talk nonsense anyway. So yeah, I'm always hesitant to criticise coaches who are more successful than I am. I don't think either have really made any real missteps here. I can't look at any point in the game where one coach has made a glaring error. Just seems to be a slight case of bad luck in some respects. And a slight case of good luck in some respects. Both have played a pretty cautious pressing game. Alright, so let's see if he can extricate himself here. This big old beefy Tomb Guardian wall rather restricts his forward motion at this point. Is there an argument to be made for handing off to the wolf over here? I think there potentially is. You take the hit over here. Take the hit off over here. Blitz with the other Tomb Guardian from this side. He's just going to run it back. I mean, really, you want to wait 2 or 3 turns before getting the score anyway. You can actually push the wolf across here. I mean, he's not going to do that. Looks like he will. Ooh, there we go. Another probable cause has been injured. Let's see if this one sticks. Is badly hurt. It does not stick. So I think you're probably going to take the flesh column hit here. So you've freed the wolf up. No, he's going to go with the wolf. Bring the fleshy round to protect. He protect, he attack. He not be Tomb Guardian snack. And that is what I was talking about with the Tomb Guardians. Having them kind of committed over this side of the field makes it easier for him to run away. However, it's hard to see what Fiction could have done different given the circumstances. Not committing them would have meant that Seb would have headed through. I'm glad you liked that one, Eyeliner Crush. I would be thinking about dodging the wolf off here. I think having him out of either on a plate, yep, dodge, does its thing. I'd even be tempted to dodge, yep, that's what I thought he'd do. I'd be tempted to dodge the white off, which is what I was about to say, even on the 4+. Because these Tomb Guardians aren't quick enough really to get in and cause any problems for the ball carrier, dodging that white off and failing it doesn't really matter. As long as the white stays alive anyway, which he did, so it worked. Safety player being even more safety, doing the safety dance. As you can see, this is the safety dance. We will zoom in so you can see. There he is, doing his safety dance. Bouncing along. He can dance if he wants to. He can leave his bones behind. Alright, Tomb Guardian moves in. Tomb Guardian takes the hit. That is an injury to Quintus the Anatomist. Let's see if this one sticks. It does. Quintus is out of there. And is an injury apiece now. Both just basic line fodder getting clobbered. Now here's an interesting one. Do you run back across this way? Do you bring this zombie down, do you stand him up, do you blitz with the wolf? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's gonna... maybe he does. Stands up the white, brings the zombie in for an assist, brings the wolf round and hits, and then brings the ghoul back across. We've got a second wolf here as well who can assist with protecting the ball. I think he may well just rely on this side. That is a stun. Weighing odds 3 times. He is stunned. I wonder if he's been stunned 3 times. I think he's been stunned twice. Might have been knocked out actually. Or even injured. He may be one of the ones who came back from an injury. So yeah, I think we're going to see a white hit. apologies for the spam bot. They do, unfortunately, show up sometimes. Odd name, Karl Marx. Alright, so he's going to run the wolf out the side. You've got a second wolf you can use to cover here as well. Brings the ghoul in. He's actually going to side cage with the wolves, I think. Spam bots, basically to promote stupid buy follower things that are basically just Trojan horses for viruses. I don't know why anyone would try and buy followers anyway. It doesn't really accomplish anything. If they're not watching, they're not making any money. Alright, so we have a KO. Pretty brutal. That wolf is now serving as a bit of a beef gate. I think you move this zombie off as well to provide a bit more. Maybe two here. Okay, where are we at? Alright, so for Fiction here, I think your options really are to kind of column up as much as you possibly can. Yeah, get the Tomb Guardian on the wolf, that makes sense. This Tomb Guardian is very much out of the game now, as is this one. Unfortunately, they've been kind of left in the dust by the others. So yeah, you're basically going to attempt to wall off here. I think you bring him around for an assist, and then you blitz onto the wolf to try and get tackle on the ball. That would appear to be what he's doing. So here comes the hit. And the hit is not good. This is a dilemma. Does he burn the reroll for it? He does, and he gets him. Bravery paid. So here we see a thorny proposition for Sebstar. Here goes in on the other side. White goes down. And that is an injury to the white. And that is an MNG. But he gets better. The joys of regen. When it works, it's amazing. When it doesn't, it's the worst thing ever. Alright, so I am struggling to see a way in which a score happens this turn. That said, maybe you take the hit over here, and then you bring the white up for an assist. Frenzy through, hope that the frenzy takes down caution on the second time of asking. Aha! He's going to go for the blitz from here. That makes sense. That does make sense. And he serves him successfully. Oh, and he's dead! Rockwellian boy has been killed by the crowd. And doesn't regen. Oh, what a loss. What a loss. So, the bloodless game suddenly becomes very bloody. Oh, and we get a double skulls. With no rerolls. Oh, and Gulzilla's injured. What the hell happened in this turn? Insane. Insanity. Scatter is not terrible. That is wolfable, I guess. Wow. Wow. I can see there being a bit of a hit on this flashy though. So who'd you pick up with now? I guess it's gotta be Caution. It is a good scatter for Fiction. It's certainly a good scatter for Fiction. But what a turn! Like, in two dice rolls, that suddenly became very dramatic. I think you've got to free up Caution somehow to pick that ball up, surely. I'm not 100% sure the tables have turned, other than for the basic fact that if there is a failure to score, then Fiction wins by default. But I don't know, like, that fleshy is still there, and he's still got tackle on the ball. Yeah, throw Caution to the wind. You are completely correct there, Kanuki. That is exactly what you should do. But again, at this stage, there's still not the greatest of opportunities to get this ball. I mean, with this line of Necro players here, there's every chance that something can happen that will even things up a little bit. But there we go. Caution fails the dodge, and we now have 2 free wolves. Admittedly, one of them was on his back, but you've got 2 free wolves here. In theory, you could scatter this ball. You bring this wolf up on top here, and then you bring this wolf in and hit. Yeah, for a game that looked almost done, it's suddenly opened right up. I would have been tempted to scatter this ball, which is what he's going to do, and that is a stun, and it's a magnet hand to the wolf. That has to be GG's. That has to be GG's. That was basically perfect. And now you just sit him over the top of the Blitzra and then hit and turn. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for Fiction. Yeah, they think it's all over. It is now. And just to make things even more difficult, I think if you're Fiction here, you go for the red dice. You go for the ridiculous dodge red dice with Yang 3. Dodge him out, cut the corner. There isn't really anything else you can do. So if you want to keep your playoff dream alive, you have to take it. But it's a dodge. It's a multiple dodges. Bouncy, bouncy. Takes the hits that might give him some SPP. I'll punch the zombie. Yep. And now, just go for it. Oh, he makes the first dodge. Is he going to get there? Is he going to get there? He gets there. And it's a skull on the red dice. And a KO. Ouch. Well, high drama in the last couple of turns of the game, really. Just take the score. It's the same thing to do, isn't it? I mean, if you want to spin it out a little bit, you run off into this corner here. because he can't catch you then, but I don't even think it's really needed. That is GG's. I'm assuming that the delay that you're seeing here is messages of congratulations going out. Yeah, he's going to run it into the corner, and he will wait another turn or two, and then just in case of shenanigans, and then that will be it. Good game, entertaining game, interesting in its bloodlessness, and a costly one for Fiction, because the one real true bit of blood we got was the death of Rockwellian Boy. Why didn't he just score? It's good practice, isn't it? You know, because not scoring here means that you can do things like this. That is 2 SPP for the Wolf. So Edwin Whalen picks up a couple of SPP. He can't be caught. At this stage he can't be caught, so why not? It does mean 3 or 4 hits on your players, but I guess he doesn't really mind that so much. Especially when he's going to do stuff like that. Doesn't look like there's going to be a TG getting to it. Oh no, maybe you do have a TG hit over here, but you've got the second golem in as support. There's going to be a hit here. That is a successful hit. And it's a stun. So it looks increasingly unlikely that TG is going to kill a golem. So really, that's about all she wrote. I will be back in just a second. I am very desperate for the toilet. Apologies for that. We have a broken zombie. Broken zombie. Tomb Guardian runs back, forces the score, I guess. So yeah, I would assume there's going to be GGs going out now. You just scored, don't you? Yep. Little victory lap. Congratulations to the Divinta Devils and Sir Sebstar. And there we are. The injured zombie gets the MVP. And Collage the Skeleton gets an MVP, who was also injured. Fair old amount of SPP. Let's take a quick look at the dice. Divinta Devil's armour wasn't great. Regen they failed too. But as you can see here, just Khemri holding up here really. Pass didn't work obviously. Khemri just held up. Block dice. Let's take a look at the block dice. Imploding the Mirage got very good block dice actually. And the Divinta Devils got pretty good block dice. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a pretty even game, I think. Up until that kind of madness about 2 turns before the end, there wasn't much really to separate the teams. Tough game. I think a fair game, I would say. I don't think that was a nuffling in any regard. I mean, as you can see, there were 25 versus 24 armour breaks, so it actually kind of worked out about even. Most of those were stuns though. And the Devils will advance, and Imploding the Mirage will go back to their pyramid to lick their wounds and mourn the loss of a Rockwellian boy, which was quite a loss to inflict. Divinity Devils as well, going into the next game pretty hale and hearty, so whoever the next opponent is going to be looking at this one with trepidation, I think. So I will probably leave it there. I very much appreciate your joining me for this one. I was trying to figure out exactly what to say there, and thank you very much for see, like, things that happen that don't get announced to me. 49 minutes ago, Trunk hosted my channel with 9 viewers and raided my channel with 10. So Trunk the Shiny, thank you very much for that, and thank you very much for the follows, Bazik and Gimlick. If anyone would like to follow me who hasn't already, I would very much appreciate that. The more followers, the better. Also, same to Arofa BB, thank you for the follow. I will be back soon with another game, possibly tomorrow, but more likely to be Thursday. So cheers, have a wonderful night. I'm going to just take a look and see whether the game Unseen Walker is hosting has started. Let's find out. I don't think it has. Does anyone know if there's anyone else running a game at the moment? Ooh, looks like T-Selfers. Let's have a look. Yeah, Jeanne d'Arc fanboys versus the lubricated lawman. So if I can work out how to raid this, I will raid it. I'll just direct you to him. So T-Self is currently hosting the playoffs game between the Jeanne d'Arc fanboys and the lubricated lawman. So that's T-Self 55. Go find him. I need to go and work out how to raid people because I've literally never done it before. And we will leave it there. Thank you so much. Good night.